in this video we are going to work with our roof. So for accessing to the roof, you need to go to the architecture tab and you will see your roof. In this tutorial, in this workshop, we are going to work with a roof by footprint and roof by extrusion. Roof by face is in the other workshop we will work, and these elements is an extra elements which we can consider in this video or in the other workshop. So first we need to go work with roof by footprint. For working with roof by footprint, we need to go to one of our view, for example site or a specific view, a specific floor plan. So I'm just gonna go to A4, and even I can go to the A5. After going to the A5, I'm just going to choose the roof by footprint. The setting will be open. In the properties, we are going to have some default roof, which some of them is already with a structural layer, for example one roof concrete, one roof timber, cold roof concrete. We are going to have different elements, and we are going to have generic as well. If you have your project information about roof, you can just go, and as we create our floor and our wall, we can just go create layer by layer. Any elements we want, we can just add and create it as our wish. But for this project, since we are not using a roof, and I'm just wanna teach you how to work with a roof, we are just going to choose, for example, one roof timber or one roof concrete. So I'm just going to use one roof concrete. We can go to the edit type, check the structure layers. We are going to have different thermal air layer. We are going to have membranes layer, finish one, and our structure which is between core boundary, and the preview is like this. So we are going to work with that, and the thickness of our roof, the total is 30 centimeter. We can use this wall and start working. We can even go here to, for example, make it smaller, but before that I'm just going to duplicate it because we don't want to change the default. So I'm just going here to change it just to 10 centimeter structure, and okay. After that, we are going to see what element do we have. So when you want to draft your roof by roof footprint, we are going to have overhanging, which is the same as offset, and we are going to have defined slope, which is going to create your slope by default. And also we are going to have extended to wall core, so it's going to attach and extend it to your wall detail. Here we are going to have base level and room boundary, which we are going to explain it later on. And for example, cutoff level, as you will see, we are going to have also cutoff level, and we can check it out later, and so on. Also we are going to have wrapper cut, which we can see we can work in a different shape and elements. These elements are recently available in a new version of Revit. And in the edit type, we already check our construction elements and also graphic elements. For example, it's about the pattern and identity data. So we are going to start drafting our roof. For drafting your roof, you can use the peak wall, and we can use, for example, overhanging by or offset by, for example, 50 centimeter, and use tab to pick all of your wall if we can do it. Or here we change a wrong number, 50 meter, so we need to change it to not 5 centimeter, 50 centimeter. And after that, by clicking tab, maybe we can choose our wall, and after that you will see this triangle icon. This triangle icon, it means that automatically it's going to create a slope. And when you're creating your boundary for your roof, you are going to see in dimensions a slope angle. It's changeable. Let's create it first, and after that we will go to our 3D and we will see it's here. So we need to bring it up. Why? Because our wall has an offset by 20 centimeter, so we need to base offset by 20 centimeter. And so here is minus 20 centimeter from S4. We are going to choose it from A5, so we need to bring it up for 20 centimeter, or we can just move it with ourselves, or we can just use the top offset, for example 1 meter, and we will see everything looks fine. This is the roof which we created so far, with a triangle and a slope in all direction. If you go to the first, if you go to properties panel, you will see a slope. We can change the slope, for example, to 20 centimeter, or even we can change it to 50 centimeter. It depends on your project information. So I'm just going with 20 centimeter now, and after that I can go pick it, and here we will see pattern. We'll see after cut, which I already show here. For example, if you see the detail here, we can change it to 2 cut. Here it's going to be changed in a different shape, and you can for example put some information like fascia depth, for example for 1, and you will see it's going to be changed. Or you can put by 50 centimeter, it's going to be changed according to the number you are adding here. So here we can see with the better default, with a better view, for example by 2 centimeter or 10 centimeter, we will see we are observing some changes. Or even you can change the truss or wrapper here, and even you can go change it to the different shape, to cut. You will see this one, and you can change the information here. For example for 1 meter, you will see it's going to be like this, and if you pick it, you can also change it again to the wrapper, and so on. So these are the new elements which already add to the Revit, and you can benefit from them to create your floor, create your roof. And after that we are going to work with the slope. So we need to go to the edit boundary. For example, if you don't want to have a slope in this location, you just go pick your line, define a slope. So we are going to see the changes here. It's going to be like this. Or we can go also pick this one as well, define a slope. We are going to have some sort of roof like that. And after that we can, for example, go define this one as well. So we are just going to have a slope in 1 element, and we are going to have this sort of roof, which is also useful. We can also consider the slope less to 12, for example, and we can bring it down. We can go to the edit footprint and take all of our define. So it's going to be a very flat roof. In some design it's useful. Or for example we can pick this one and define the slope. And also we can for example use the slope arrow. As you already aware of a slope arrow, let me to consider what's a slope arrow here. So if you are you want to use a slope arrow, you will see you are going to draft your arrow by yourself, and after that Revit is going to consider the slope will create there. So let's create one slope arrow here to here, and after that we are going to see what's happening. We will see our arrow is there. Or even we can create 2 line by just going here and stop arrow, using 1 here as well. So we are going to see in 2 ways we are going to have a slope. So it depends on your project and your design. For example, we can go choose our roof, and we can, for example, go Pick this, create a slope arrow from here. For example, we can go create it from here and also here. It depends how creative we can be with our project. So if I just go here, draft my slow arrow, and after that consider the slow arrow from the middle, and by using the reference plane, I'm going to make some cut here, and after that I can, for example, give some slope here, and we need to continue our line by the end. So it's not going to accept this design. For example, we want to create a different sort of slope. So first we need to cut our line, which I already did, to the free piece, and after that we are going to use a slope arrow to start it from this line, and also we will draft it from this location. Then we are going to choose, for example, the slope here with the slope of 15, and here as well with the slope of 15. The purpose is to create with a different arrow, with a different slope. So we are just going to create OK, and we need to unmark that element, and after that creating our slope here. So here we go. We are going to have this sort of roof. For example, if I click my roof here, and if I just go here and turn on the slope as well, I'm going to have this sort of roof. Or I can go here, turn off this one, and this one and this one will be on. So it seems it's not going to accept it because, let's see, because of the slope or no. So here we can, for example, create our slope with the same method as well. So this is how we can create our slope. We can mix the slope arrow with the slope of the roof and design our roof. So let me just go turn off the slope here, and OK. So for example, here we can have this sort of elements. Which it's also manageable. You can, for example, create one slope arrow here as well, but you need to consider some of the standard situation too, because Revit is going to draft the project which is reliable, and also you can build it. Not so many creation is possible. For example, in 3ds Max you can create as many elements as you want, and sometimes it's not even possible to build those, but in Revit it's going to show you what is possible to be considered and what's not. Okay, for example, I will delete these two, and I'm just going to consider define. and that's it. This is all about, for example, the roof. If I want, for example, to create one roof for myself here, I'm going to choose this one with define, and after that, when I choose this one, I'm going to choose the slope 15 centimeter. I will go to my 3D view. I will go to have this sort of view, which I can, for example, change the slope from here to the other side, to the left. Slope 50 centimeter. Here we go. And after that, when you finish by designing your roof, it's time to go and, for example, attach your wall to your roof. So you just go select your wall, attach top to your roof. Here we go. So in this way, we are going to have our roof as well. If you want to create a roof for our project with roof footing. So this is all about the roof. We need to know to use the arrow, to use the slope, and to create our shape. And you can create any shape you wish. For example, you can go create any kind of shape you want with your drawing option. So for our project, we are not going to consider to have roof. I'm just going to delete my roof here.